What got them there? Everything underneath the damn Tuscan sun. And now there you go.
Hold on, I'm checking to see if it looks right.
Oh, and
I gotta make sure it's like not covering you or anything. Can you still hear me?
yeah, I can hear you fine.
My videos.
The Leafs score first.
Actually, it's not even high enough.
Oh, there's the logo right there in the corner.
Hold on a second.
Yep.
I still have to send you the show sheet.
Yeah, you haven't.
I made it as I got home.
I figured.
I got to drive myself to the job site today, so I had time.
Oh, nice.
I got home at like 5.
Oh, all right.
And that's it. Alright, now we need to go on the sharing rampage.
That's right. Trucks and Cup are at Martinsville this weekend.
Oh, wrong one.
All right, I'm gonna push real quick. All right.
All right.
Sweet.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Oh my. I messed up big time.
What'd you do?
I still have us under episode 45. We're on 46.
That's alright. Ah, shit, I forgot the damn remote to turn down the TV set.
Well, get on it.
Alrighty then.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah, oh yeah. Went to the store, got a new pair of sweatpants. Oh, yes.
So we have a Halloween party coming up this weekend, alright?
Do you?
I'm going as Bill Belichick.
Oh, nice. So you got the sweatshirt and everything, and the Grimmy shirt and all that?
I got the headset. There was an old headset that was made for Madden back in like 2004, 2005. That was like the Motorola headset they wore.
Yeah.
That should be arriving either tomorrow or Friday.
Oh, nice. I'm surprised you're not going to Chase Elliott.
That was a thought if the headset wasn't going to be here on time. But the running joke among some of my friends is when they ask me about New England's game coming up, I sound just like Belichick in an interview.
Yeah, on to whoever they're playing this weekend.
It's usually something along the lines of, like with Buffalo. They got
the Buffalo
players in there. It's a tough environment to go into on the road. An AFC East game. LaShawn McCoy's a great running back. Gonna have to play good defense against them. And if we're lucky, we'll come out with a win. I think the guys are well prepared. All right,
let's do it. Oh, big save.
Freddie our way into here.
If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 46 of the Lugs podcast. I'm your host, AJ. With me, as always, is my co-host, Ryan.
What's going on, AJ? How was the weekend?
Oh, man. Weekend was awesome. Say the least.
Oh, boy. What was so awesome about it, eh?
I don't know, Ryan. What was so awesome about this weekend?
Oh, I know. Is it something they had to do with, what was it, Sunday?
Yeah, it might have had something to do with Sunday. The Patriots won. It was a great win, and something else happened. Oh, yeah. Number 9 finds its way into victory lane for the third time this season. What?
I know people are calling it lucky. So, but we're gonna dive into it.
This is to the lucky comment. So, Pete, I saw the same things you did. People all week saying, "Oh, his third lucky win." Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Watkins Glen is not lucky. He led a majority. No. He almost led every lap. Not every lap in that race, but he led all but 20, 30 laps of an 80-lap race.
About that. All right. Yeah, exactly. About that.
Truex runs out of gas after he was already car lengths behind him. All right, and the thought process to slap it down gear so he didn't spin out in turn one, that's not luck. That's knowing what the hell you're doing.
No, it's not.
Dover. I'll give you Dover. Dover was...
Hey, Watkins Glen.
Dover was pure luck. I'll give it that. Old tires beating new tires, old tires beating new tires. It doesn't happen much.
Great pit call.
It was a great call on pit road. I'll give you that one. I'll tell you that one was lucky because I didn't think he was going to win that one. Kansas, Harvick may have sped on pit road, but do people realize that 4-second lead was cut down to 0.4 of a second the lap before they came to pit road?
Exactly. Like I said, people calling it luck. Guess what? The guy, as my cat's going batshit crazy right now, the guy can drive a freaking race car. Deal with it. I think that people are still butthurt that he's going to win most popular driver when it's not Kyle, Truex, Harvick, Keselowski, Logano, all these guys. I think that's what it all boils down to.
The kid can race, man, and it's funny because the first 2 years we kept talking about how he lets one slip away by spinning the tires on a restart or letting a guy like Kyle Busch track him down. That hasn't happened this year.
No, it hasn't.
A switch was flipped. And Tony just said, they hate the hype. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So speaking of hype, I want to tell you a little bit about my weekend. What a great sports weekend it was to be a fan of Michigan athletics, Michigan teams. Minus the Oilers losing Saturday night on Hockey Night in Canada kind of sucked, but they played a good Predators team. Michigan goes into East Lansing, beats Michigan State, climbs to number 5.
Destroys the logo before the game.
Yeah. Well, I was getting to that. Destroys the logo before the game. So I'm sure everybody's seen this video now. Michigan State hold arm in arm and walks the length of the football field. Devin Bush and a couple other of the Michigan guys are out there. They bump into them. So they go walk this down to the end of their end zone. Bush goes to the logo, starts chomping it up and all that. Game time hits, you get a weather delay, which, oh, man. But I watched the Wisconsin-Illinois game in the snow, which was always a great time to watch.
That game didn't start in the snow.
No, it didn't. It started in nice sunshine. The snow moved in. And after the game, the field was at one point the field was completely snow covered. I'm like, hell yeah!
Tony, I see you.
Go back. Thanks. Hey, you know what? It's all about Connor McDavid, Tony. You know that.
If you look at a map, it's only this far apart.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So the game starts. Weather delay, come back out of the weather delay. We go score a touchdown. Dominate the game. Lewerke couldn't hit a blind side of a barn even if he tried to. We have a turnover late in the third quarter. Leads to they did the Philly special. AJ is too familiar with that.
Shut up.
So they
Shut up about the Philly special.
That's the play Michigan State ran to finally score a touchdown. After that, we open it up. We go to a 14-point lead. That's what we win by. But we held Michigan State to 94 total yards, I do believe. Their walk pregame was more yards they did than they had the entire game on Saturday afternoon. Unbelievable. Come back to Sunday. The Detroit Lions beat the Miami Dolphins, and the Detroit Lions have a running back. Kerryon Johnson is something else to watch. The kid's good. They had a team high 158 yards rushing. It wasn't put all on Stafford, and they won the football game. And they made a great trade today, by the way. Sax Harrison, come on down.
Detroit won on Sunday?
Yeah, they beat Miami.
I didn't even know Detroit
They
played
helped you
on
guys
Sunday.
out. Yeah, they played at Hard Rock. Oh, thank you. Go Blue, Tony.
See, this is a weird situation because Sunday I was so focused on getting the Patriots game over and switching over to the Kansas race because I was I was shocked that at halftime of the Patriots game, which was like, I don't know, 2:30 at the time, the race was just starting. Like, the pace car just came off pit road, and I was like, oh my God, I might actually be able to see a good portion of this race. And I saw the end of the second stage and the finish, like, it in its entirety. So.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't believe it. My dad was even in my room watching it with me. He was shocked.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, yeah. Speaking of Saturday, by the way, another great thing happened Saturday night on Saturday night primetime football. You see the hype. Ohio State goes into Purdue. Anything can happen on Sunday night. It's Friday night. Tony and I are on Xbox One. We're like, why are they showing this game? Ohio State's gonna, put them everything like that. The game, Purdue's in it. Wow, I can't talk. Purdue's the one that put the stopping on Ohio State. Urban Meyer looks lost on the sidelines. I loved it. That capped off the great sports weekend I had.
We had a little cornhole tourney at a buddy's house of mine Saturday night, and so we turned that game on the TV when we got all done. Which we went 8-1 in that tournament, by the way. And
nice.
Anyway, we couldn't believe it. Like, turned on the game. I'm like, oh, Ohio State, they got to be winning. And I looked at my phone when we were outside. I was like, oh no, they're not. we bolted inside to see the finish.
And it's funny too. Herb Street's calling the game, who, as a lot of people know, played quarterback at Ohio State. Like, he was even in shock. Dwayne Haskins threw the ball 73 times. 73 times. Crazy.
I thought Urban Meyer was going to come out this week and say that he had health issues and he couldn't come back this week.
There is reports going around that I've been catching here or there on Facebook that he and the head athletic director are having issues with the university. And here's my thing. We all know Nick Bosa, he's going to be number one taken in the draft,
He's
maybe
gone.
number two.
He's done.
Yeah, he quit. He walked off the team. Now, here's my thing. Everybody's like, no, he's doing it just, he wants to get focused on the university. AJ, I think there's more to this.
Yeah, I'm here. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. All right. Yeah, your screen went black for a minute. So
No, I'm still here.
You got me? Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, so I think, my personal opinion, I think Nick Bosa knows more to the story than what meets the eyes for him to a team that before Saturday was going to meet Alabama in the national championship game. Just suddenly, I don't want to play at Ohio no more. I want to focus on my NFL career. I think there's something more to that story than meets the eye.
I don't think Urban Meyer is head coach of the University of Ohio State next year.
I don't either.
I think this year, if it had happened later in the year, I don't think he would have came back to finish the year, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
and I think that would have been it for him.
Exactly. You know what's sad too is that they were playing better underneath their assistant coach that was coaching the team.
Yeah, no kidding.
He comes. I mean, granted, yeah, the game the game against TCU, but now you look at TCU, they're not much. I don't know. I'm glad they're struggling so fucking. So,
well, we also have the World Series
even said
going
right
on.
there.
What's that, Robin?
Yeah, we do. Tony in the chat. I mean, Urban is good at lying. That he is.
Yeah, he's been good at it his whole life, it seems.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, just think of some of the people they had on their team. His former players. Aaron Hernandez is one of them that comes to the eye. And now the coaches. Now this. So, yeah, you mentioned something about the World Series.
I mentioned the World Series because I got a bone to pick with you guys and everyone else that we game with and talk sports with. I am the only person out of our group of 10 to 15 people in our group.
I say 15
that picked the Red Sox to win the World Series, and last night should have been proof that they're going to win this World Series.
Brian even picked them, or the Dodgers.
You'd have to look, but last time I looked, I was the only person who picked the Red Sox to win the World Series.
I just don't like the Boston Red Sox. I've never have liked the Boston Red Sox, so that's why I picked the Dodgers. And I have a beef with you, actually. Your favorite baseball team is?
The Yankees.
And you're cheering for?
I'm not cheering for. I honestly, if both teams, if there was such a bad weather delay in this World Series and it couldn't be played ever, I'd be happy with that.
Okay. I was going to say, I mean, see, look, Tony even said, Dodgers, son, just watch.
I was really big on Machado because I thought he was going to be coming to the Yankees in a trade earlier in the year. But this playoffs, he's been a dunce.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the reason why I can't cheer for L.A. Just for that.
I do have another beef about the World Series. The game last night started, they said first pitch is going to be 8:09. First pitch was until like...
hold on. Tony goes, Dodgers, son, just watch. Yeah, I'll watch them lose in 5. They'll win one game. It'll be out west. David Price is going to pitch a gem tonight.
He could. I mean, he did pitch good against the Astros last. What was that? Game 5, Game 6, something like that. I forgot what it was. But here's my biggest gripe: the game's starting so damn late with all these pitching changes, with all these analytics coming into the game. Why is it during the regular season you're starting all your games at 7:05? They get over at 10 o'clock. The postseason games are almost 4.5 hours. Are you serious? 4.5 hours. That's ridiculous. Game didn't get over to what? Almost after midnight last night?
Yeah, it was late. I fell asleep. I think I fell asleep on the 6th.
Yeah, I went to bed early myself. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to invite you to an Xbox party chat last night.
I joined it, but everybody's like, yeah, AJ left. I'm like, but you were still in the party.
I might have fell asleep.
Man, you're the only person I know who sleeps on the headset.
I was on my phone. I was on my phone. I was watching a YouTube video. Next thing I know, it was like 5 o'clock this morning, and I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, I've fallen asleep with the headset on. I think we've all done it. I don't know if Tony has.
I don't think anybody's done it quite more than me.
I think me and you are tied close second. So,
but a little story for everybody. There was a time. This was maybe last year, 8 months ago, maybe. And Ryan, we're in an Xbox. We're playing a game. We're on an Xbox party. And I just hear a snoring in the background. Loud snoring. I'm like, what the hell is that? I look at it because it'll show you who's talking. And it showed your gamer tag every time the snore happened. Apparently, you fell asleep in your chair. Middle of a game.
It happens. Yep, it happens. Like, there'd be time I'd be playing my franchise in NBA 2K. And I'll doze off and I'll get a 5-second inbound violation, get another one, wake up, I'll be down like 20. I'm like, oh, damn.
Well, you remember that time where I had to go use the restroom during a Madden game, and I thought I hit pause on it, I come back.
Yeah.
It's 2nd down and 60. I never paused it. I got all those delayed games.
2nd and 60. Here we go.
Well, Ryan, we got some Kansas we got to go over. It's enough for the banter this week. Let's go over, or let's get into some gas and go.
Go Blue.
Go Georgia, beat Florida. All right.
The cocktail party this weekend.
That's right. That's where game day is too, and I hate that. It's always bad news. It's always bad news.
And then they're going to be down in LSU and Alabama the following week.
Yeah, well, you know what? SEC, best football in the nation. All right, so we had the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Kansas this week, and Ryan,
Yep.
whoever that was in the 42 car, won.
John Hunter Nemechek.
Who called that one?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, who called Daniel Hemrick? Oops, they got points deducted. Did you see that?
Yeah, I actually have this in here. So, as you mentioned, John Hunter Nemechek was in the 42 last week. I said on the show, and I'll give in the Xfinity Series, give me whoever's in the 42 this week will win. So John Hunter Nemechek gets the win, his first ever NASCAR Xfinity Series win, and he got it after a great battle with Daniel Hemrick for like a good 15, 20 laps there. It was just back and forth between the two. Pulls it off, but I gotta ask Ryan. Daniel Hemrick has had so many chances this season to win a race. He even started on the pole in this one, won a stage. Is he becoming a choke artist here in the Xfinity Series? That was his race to lose, and he lost it.
It was really his race to win, but the car went away from him at the end. John Hunter's car came into speed. I wouldn't call it a choke artist yet, so I think he'll get one before the season's out. So
I think he may get one. I'm not sold yet because this first win still eludes him. He's been so close so many times this season. We're going to talk about that little penalty here a little bit later on. I don't think that helps them at all either, though.
No, it doesn't. But by the way, they got Texas, Phoenix, and then the last race at Homestead.
Does the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series alternate every week on who's on, who's off?
It sure as hell seems like it because the trucks are in action this weekend at Martinsville, while the Xfinity is taking a week off. I think you should do a 3-day show out there, or maybe even a 2-day show since they got the lights now. Run the truck race early afternoon. Maybe
race. That's all I want.
Yeah, probably 5:30. Run the Xfinity race. Have the lights. I mean, there you go.
I have a question, Ryan. Last year, did we hit daylight savings time before Martinsville?
I think it was. I'm not sure.
I remember the race ended under the lights. That's the only reason why I asked. This race this week starts at 2:30, but I don't know if it's because Virginia is one of those states where it does naturally get darker earlier.
I think that's what the case was because the race got over about 6:30 or so last year, if I remember correctly. And then a good thing they had the lights because remember when Gordon won his last race there? The camera did justice. But you think show without the camera, and it's like, holy cow, you can't even see.
Yeah,
but about the Xfinity race. How about not even lap 1, going
half.
into turn 2? Yeah, lap half. Allgaier gets loose right into the back of Christopher Bell, takes out Bell, Allgaier, Cindric, who had a ton, got airborne.
Bell, Allgaier, Cindric, Custer, and Annette were all involved.
Yep, all involved in it. And I don't know if it's just me, but when the wrecks happen at Kansas, out of any 1.5-mile track, they just seem like this the hardest impacts because you had
Cindric's car.
Yeah, it got airborne. Because remember Byron earlier this year, the first race that happened there, and then obviously the Eric Almirola one there a few years ago. It just seems like when they hit a ton.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the 1.5 or just this 1.5 mile. A couple this year have been nasty.
Oh yeah, And they were. I was watching practice Saturday morning, right before or during the rain delay, or the lightning delay, I should say. That cars for the Cup cars were doing 205 going into turn 1 on a 1.5-mile track. That is insane.
Isn't that crazy?
205 miles an hour going into turn 1, and they were doing like I think 195 going into turn 3.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's insane.
Ryan, we had an interesting wreck with Brandon Jones. He gets in the speedy dry right after a restart, and that car dead hooked right into the wall after it hit the speedy dry.
I don't think the workers did a good enough cleanup job there for that car to turn like it did. I mean,
it was crazy. It was as soon as he hit it, that car went boom right in the wall. You know.
I mean, I'm not blaming the track workers by any means. You know, you got to think though. That the NASCAR gets on these guys. Hey, we want you to get this track cleaned up as quickly as you can. Understand it may take a few minutes. I think maybe they might have missed a spot of speedy dry in an area.
Tyler Reddick was also caught up in that. I didn't say.
Yes, he was.
First pitch, by the way, 8:10.
8:10.
8:10 first pitch.
That's crazy.
That is absolutely insane. And David Roberts ran on the field for the first pitch for the 2004 champions.
Yeah.
And, you know, I heard something on the radio. I know we're cutting away from the NASCAR thing here. Yesterday on the radio, they were saying that in between innings, those 5-minute stretches you have, on the Jumbotron at Fenway, they should play nothing but David Roberts stealing second.
Oh, man. I tell you what, I know I'm going to get bashed for this, but I cannot stand Big Papi. I hated him as a player, and I can't stand him doing the thing he does for Fox.
Best DH hitter of all time.
Come on. He was. I'll give him this. He was definitely clutch in the playoffs. I'll give him that. But I just
18 home runs.
Yeah, I never liked the guy.
And I love, you know, as much as I hate the Red Sox, I love the speech he made after the Boston bombing.
That was good, yes.
Come on, you can't hate Papi.
Yeah, I can. I do.
Anyway,
I take the captain any day of the year.
Derek Jeter.
That's right.
That was a clutch hitter.
Yeah, so it's big time playoff performer too. The play against Oakland.
Yeah, damn
one
right.
One of the best baseball plays of all time.
The Jeremy Meyer or whatever the hell, Joey
Giambi.
Meyer. I don't remember which one it was, but that catch.
Yeah.
Yeah. The outfield, the fan interference that was never called.
Oh yeah.
Get him back into the NASCAR swing of things. Right?
Yeah.
How about Ryan Freese getting turned by a lap car?
Yeah, unreal though. I mean, minding his own business, running a solid race, turned it into the wall.
You know, that isn't Ryan Freese. He's in the Cup next year, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to be driving for JTD Daugherty Racing.
Some of the lap cars in Cup, it gets a little bit worse, Ryan.
Yes, it does. Yep.
Your stage winner.
Try to pass Ryan Newman. Try to pass Ryan Newman a lap down. He'll turn you.
You know, Newman played a key in that Cup race, but we're going to get to that.
Yes.
Your stage winners in this one: first stage, Daniel Hemrick; second stage, John Hunter Nemechek; and third stage, John Hunter Nemechek, race winner. Your top 5 in this one: John Hunter Nemechek, Daniel Hemrick, Elliott Sadler, Shane Lee finishing 4th. What a solid run for that number 3 team. And Tyler Reddick rounding out your top 5. Your notables, Ryan, this one beats all notables. Yep. 8th place, Ty Majeski in the 60 car. It didn't wreck.
How about that? I'm going to go off topic here for a minute. Calling it right now. Shane Lee ends up in the 3 full-time next year in the Xfinity car.
Who's racing it full-time now? Isn't he already racing it full-time?
Well, right now at the end of the year, but I'm talking about...
Oh, that's right. It's always split with Ty Dillon. Yeah, you're right.
In Austin, he's going to get that ride full-time next year, or he's going to be in the 21 next year. He's going to get a full-time ride with Childress in the Xfinity Series.
Well, continuing out our notables, 10th place, Jeremy Clements.
Sorry. Nice to see that.
Ryan Siege. You're talking about the number 3 car here with Shane Lee.
Yeah.
The 2 is Matt Tift.
Yes, Tift, yep.
And Tift isn't running a full schedule, is he? A full Xfinity slate
I thought he was. Yeah, he was.
I wonder if they move him to the 3 and move Shane to the 2.
They could do something like that and find somebody for the 21 car.
Maybe even the 21. Yeah, now that you're saying that.
See?
Interesting.
Yes, it is.
Wow. I got off topic in my head thinking about that.
Yeah. See, look what I'm here for.
Ryan, this was the first race of the round of 8 for the Xfinity Series. So your standings following this, and how shocking is all this? Elliott Sadler is now your points leader.
Yep.
Daniel Hemrick was your points leader, but is now second due to that penalty that we talked about earlier. It was an L1 penalty. His crew chief is suspended the next race. This is like the Allgaier penalty.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but here's my thing. Look what happened after Allgaier got that penalty. He came back on like a fire almost.
You know, you never know what can happen here with this. I really think this puts a dash in Hemrick's playoff hopes. It might not be over yet, but I look down the list here. I'm going to continue the list. Tyler Reddick is third. Christopher Bell's fourth. Christopher Bell's not going to stay fourth in these playoffs. He's going to be first, second, or third. Outside, you have Matt Tiff, Justin Allgaier, Cole Custer, Austin Cindric. Custer's been running great. Allgaier naturally has been running great. If it's not for that first lap crash, they're all in it.
Yeah, exactly. I tell you what, I think Allgaier and Custer come back in to make the Final Four with Elliott Sadler and Christopher Bell.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's gonna be your Final Four right there.
And I think if Hemrick would have either won this race, naturally if he won the race he would have been in, but if he finished second and didn't get a penalty, I could say you could put him in the Final Four. But at this point, after the penalty and all that, it can be a huge momentum killer. Your second race being Texas, which is a crapshoot sometimes for the Xfinity Series.
Oh, yeah. They always put on a good show out there, too.
With that happening, Hemrick's back's to the wall. He might be in now, but I don't think he's in for long.
I don't think so. I mean, I like the kid, too, but it shows you, trying to get away with a little something on the car costs you 10 points and possibly moving on to the Final Four to race for the championship at Homestead.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ryan. Next race for the Xfinity Series is Texas next Saturday, November 3rd, 4:30 p.m. Eastern on NBCSN. The Truck Series next race is this Saturday, October 27th, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern on FS1.
That's on FS1 today?
Well, not today. Yeah. It'll be Saturday.
Yeah, we'll see. Hey, I'm kind of like Junior. I want to see some short track racing.
Speaking of Junior, great book.
Oh, is it? All right. I might pick that up this weekend.
I read that thing in 3 days. Awesome book. Awesome.
Good.
Shifting gears into the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, Ryan. I'm going to say it for a third time this year.
Okay.
Chase Elliott wins his third race. In 11 races, this is his third win in 11 races. His second in 3.
That's pretty impressive.
And his second of the round of 12.
That's key right there too, because you got to think. Looking at the point standings, if Kozlowski doesn't run out, or
point wise, he's fourth right now.
Issues. Yeah, exactly. He's fourth right there. He's got a great shot to move on. To the final race at Homestead, though. But you got some good tracks coming up for him. Martinsville, obviously, this weekend. Saw what happened last weekend. If it wasn't for Denny Hamlin getting a bump from a car that was 4 or 5 car lengths behind him to spin Chase last year. So
he led 44 laps in total, Ryan.
Yeah. Great car.
He's heading to Martinsville with all the momentum and a track he runs great at.
500 laps, too.
And another stat that came up, this is all just stats I found during the week. He now has won on a road course, a short track. If you consider Dover a short track, I know we went over that a couple weeks ago.
Bristol on steroids.
It is Bristol on steroids, and a mile and a half. So, what a way to get 3 different track types out of the way.
Yeah, no kidding.
And he's
go ahead.
Go ahead.
As we said earlier, as we said earlier in the year, this year seems to be like whoever's got the momentum. Because look at their first year, Harvick won 3 in a row. Kyle Busch won 3 in a row. What's his name? Brad Keselowski won 3 in a row. But yeah, Chase hasn't won 3 in a row. But you said 3 out of 11 races. That counts as with that streak right there.
His first 3 wins have come in 11 races of his career.
Yep.
It's just crazy to think about as I drop my pen all the way down here.
Never good. We got the pen down. We got the pen down. The pen.
Right. He's also the first driver to win his first 3 races in the same season since Carl Edwards.
That's pretty crazy right there.
Let's just hope he doesn't become like a doomsday prepper like Edwards turned into.
I'll tell you what, about watching the race, because going back and forth between the Lions game, red zone, and the race, and like I definitely enjoyed the race, especially the ending of it. But it's something with Kansas. I don't like. Excuse me, get these long green flag runs. I mean, I didn't see the length of the stages. Did you by chance?
No, I didn't.
So.
I didn't see it, but this was all set up, as we stated earlier. Kevin Harvick was speeding on pit road, but like I said, Chase was only 0.4 of a second back.
Yep.
And gaining.
I tell you what, with all these problems that 4 team's having on pit road, whether it be or a slow pit stop, him speeding on pit road, that may come back and cost him this round.
Maybe. All he needs is 1 win, and you're in the next round. So
he runs good at Phoenix. He runs good at Texas.
Yeah. So I think the 4 team's okay. The 18 team's okay. The team, I think, this team, Martin Truex Jr., that team, the way they've been running lately. I know they finished top 5 here at Kansas, but there was a point in this race where they were out on point.
Oh yeah, yep.
So
I saw that.
I think that team is they've hit a speed bump. I'm not calling it a blockage. I'm calling it a speed bump. I think they still make it into the final 4, but they've been struggling.
I don't know. They may do it, so
I'm just interested to see how Martinsville plays out, because once Martinsville's done with, you kind of have a good idea.
Yep. Harvick's going to win Phoenix.
That's a safe bet. You calling your pick now for that?
I am calling my pick now for it, before you even do it.
Byron blows an engine early on in this race.
Yeah, because you texted me during because I think because the Lions game was already at halftime. The Lions game flew by and it was at halftime. I turn it on and I'm like, all right, where's Byron? All right, there it is. And we got a smoker on the backstretch. Son of a bitch.
I texted you.
Yep. And you're like, what happened to Byron? I'm like, he blew an engine. And as soon as that happened, I'm like, I cannot wait for next year.
Chatty Canals.
I am so excited for that.
William Byron wasn't the only Hendrick car that suffered issues Sunday.
Woo.
Alex Bowman and Daniel Suarez made contact early on in this race, and it pretty much killed Bowman's day. He couldn't find a way out of the wall Sunday.
No, he was being aggressive. It's what you got to do. He knew he needed a win. Go out there and be aggressive. If people don't like it, how you're driving, those drivers can deal with it later. I mean, you're going out there to make it into the round of 8.
Another guy, Ryan, who I thought had a rough day, and I think Ryan Blaney pushed it a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
on
Oh yeah.
Sunday.
He even said it. He even said in his interview after the race, he's like, I was giving the car everything she had. It turned out to be, gave her a little too much, smacked her into the wall.
He pushed it a little too hard, I thought, on Sunday, and unfortunately, it cost him a shot in the next round. He couldn't stay off the wall either.
Nope.
Jimmy Johnson had a solid day until he blew a tire late in the race. Almost costed Chase Elliott the race for a second time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What is it with teammates trying to cost each other races?
Well, I mean, you remember Watkins Glen? I don't remember if he blew a motor, blew a tire, and they never threw the caution for it. Then you had
Dover.
A couple weeks later at Dover
Boyer.
with Boyer. Yep. It just, man, Almirola and Chase with teammates, it hasn't been going too well.
No, not at all.
Larson and Kyle Busch, Ryan, I thought this was the battle of the day.
I tell you what, I thought if Larson could have got around Kyle Busch earlier, he could have gotten up there. I wouldn't say past Chase, but gotten up there and have a great battle. But he just couldn't get around him.
You know, Larson was coming like a bat out of hell in those last 3 laps.
Exactly. And I was telling Sarah, I'm like, he's catching Kyle Busch. Because at one point, Kyle was catching Chase. And then once that deteriorated, in comes Kyle Larson catching Kyle Busch. And I'm like, Sarah, if he gets around Kyle, he may have a shot at Chase here, but he couldn't get around Kyle Busch.
He was the fastest car on the track in those last 3 laps by far.
Oh, got ya. I'll tell you what a disappointing day for the 2 bunch.
Yeah, so you're eliminated, guys, and I didn't even put it on here, so pardon me. I knew I should have put it on here. Or I tried to remember, and I guess I didn't when I made the show sheet.
Yeah, it's Blaney, Keselowski, Larson, and Bowman. Are your 4 out?
The funny thing here is, Ryan, Bowman's all the way down in 16th in the standings, like the actual point standings.
Yeah.
He's all the way down in 16th. He's the last guy out of all the Chase drivers in points. But you know what? He made it in his first full season.
Exactly. He made it to the second round. And you know what? He got a lot of fans, too, this year. I mean, yeah, maybe a little bit driving the 88 car. But I tell you what, I think that team is going to be back next year.
A lot of guys with 88 tattoos don't want to change their driver at this point.
Well, touche. Well, I know a lot of guys that had 8 tattoos that didn't want to add another 8 to it. So
that's very true. Your stage winners in this one, Ryan. First stage, Joey Logano. Second stage, Kevin Harvick. And your race winner was Chase Elliott. Your top 5. Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Eric Jones, Martin Truex Jr. Some notables for you. 12th place was Kevin Harvick. 18th place was Kurt Busch. 23rd place, I had to put it on here because I was on the car, Matt DiBenedetto.
That's right.
And your
Burrito.
Your standings following this race: Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Chase Elliott. That is my final 4 that I picked when we did the predictions, and I'm staying with it.
You're going to stay with it?
Then Clint Boyer, Joey Logano, Kurt Busch, Eric Almirola. Ryan, who do you think is in the final 4?
Do Harvick, Chase, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano.
Wow, Logano in there.
Yep.
What race puts Logano in, do you think?
Texas.
You think it's Texas that's going to put him in?
Yeah.
Not that I'm downing you. I just don't remember how he finishes in Texas.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I've checked, reading social media and all that, and there's a lot of people out there that are picking the 4 Stewart-Haas cars in the final race at Homestead. Nope, I don't think it'll happen either.
Do the people not realize that you have the 18 and the 78 in this, and now you can put the 9 as a contender?
Yeah, exactly. Just think. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say the next race. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. I really don't. Yeah, by far, Stuart Haas have had some of the best cars all year long. I don't think you can do it. I really don't.
I don't either. I really don't.
It would be history making. That's for sure.
Oh, totally. It'd be great. Not that it would be great. It would be great history, I guess would be the best way to put it. But
out of the 4 drivers, I'd be cheering for Boyer the most.
Same here. Your next race, Martinsville, Sunday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern on NBCSN.
Why NBCSN? Does NBC have badminton on or something?
You know how I feel about secondary programming. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
They did it with the MLB playoffs, and I don't understand.
Oh yeah, when they put MLB the first 2 rounds on TBS and FS1. I'm going to tell you right now what's on Sunday on NBC at 2:30.
Patiently wait.
Okay. So at 2:00, it's called Premier League Goal Zone. After that, you got this is a barn burner right here. Premier League Download, and for the barn burner of it all, Sunday 4:00, NBC presents Figure Skating ISU Grand Prix Skate Canada live from Quebec. Are you serious?
Here's the rant.
Yes, here it comes a rant. Are you serious? You're going to put figure skating on? You can put that on FS or NBCSN. Why not Fox or NBC? It's a damn playoff race. All right, there's a quick rant right there.
The funny thing is, Ryan, is I think NASCAR is always either 1 or 2 in most watched sports programming on Sundays. Naturally, you can't compete with the NFL when the NFL's in season. We've gone over that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But when the NFL is not on, and when Tiger Woods isn't in the final round of a PGA tournament on Sundays, NASCAR is the #1 sport on television.
Oh yeah.
So
even during March Madness, those ratings are right there. So but figure skating, we're gonna see a little guy he's gonna do a triple axel. Oh, he landed that beautifully.
I didn't even know what a triple axel was. You know more about figure skating than I do.
Sorry, my mom watched it a lot when I was a kid, so especially during the Olympics. Oh man, I can't.
Ryan, let's get into some tire rub before this show gets too far gone.
Left side. Pull this lever fender out, left side.
All right, tire rub. This is where we go over the news of the week. Ryan, earlier this week, the 2019 rules package was tested on the Charlotte Oval.
Not the Roval, but the Oval?
But the Oval.
You like that? They're not the Roval, but the Oval?
Not the Roval, but it's the Oval.
Yeah, and I saw it was the Mustangs out there, too. I think Eric Almirola was one of the drivers out there. They did an interview. Yep. They interviewed all the guys, asked them what they thought of the car, the new package. So far, thumbs up. I mean, there was a draft at Charlotte.
I didn't see any video from it, so apparently you have.
I saw a little bit of a video, and them guys were right on each other's back bumpers. And it was good to see. I'm excited now to watch that right there. Like these other tracks, I'm still worried about Talladega and Daytona July.
Yeah, no restrictor plates. That's going to be weird.
Yep, I'm really scared about it.
Yeah.
I'm interested in to see, like I said, what it does at California Speedway. The bigger tracks, like a Pocono and Indy, my home track in Michigan.
No, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Comcast is out on the purchase of NASCAR.
Really?
I remember earlier in the season we were talking about it, but NASCAR kept saying they don't have any intentions of selling it. They are officially out of buying it.
Wow, interesting.
Yay. And Scott Graves was announced as Ryan Newman's crew chief for 2019 in the 6 car at Roush Fenway Racing.
All right. And I will be hopefully meeting Newman here in June and or August out at the signing. So if you got anything,
I don't think I have anything
Newman up there. All right, cool. I finally can get something signed.
Yeah, I don't have anything Newman.
I saw something. I don't know if it was from Hendrick.
Oh my God! I do have something you can get signed from Newman.
What's that?
It's a giant piece of sheet metal.
All from him?
Off of his Coke Zero car from a couple years ago when he got into the big one.
Oh, nice.
I might send that to you.
All right, yeah, be cool with it. You know how we've been talking about Jimmy Johnson and not having a sponsor? There has been rumors going around, none other than Red Bull, possibly on the car next year for Jimmy Johnson.
I told you that a couple weeks ago.
I don't remember you saying that, but
I asked you if you had seen the paint scheme preview, if it was, or the concept, if it was Red Bull.
You said Gatorade.
There was Gatorade, there was Snowco, but there was also Red Bull.
I didn't see the Red Bull car, but how interesting would that be? The Red Bull car in the Monster Energy Cup Series.
I don't know if Monster would allow it. And another thing is, if Hendrick is also sponsored by Mountain Dew, does that not infringe on whatever their contract is?
I have no idea.
Because now I'm thinking about that.
Yeah. I think it'd be sweet to see Mountain or Red Bull on the car.
Oh,
I drink Red Bull, so
I wouldn't mind it. I think they could come out with some pretty cool paint schemes.
Yeah, they're in the F1. I mean, shit. Shoot.
I'm trying to see if I can find that picture now. I keep scrolling.
I got you.
No, but that's all I got for news. If you have anything else.
No, just the whole Jimmy Johnson and the Red Bull. Let's see here. I know there's been more tracks discussing the road course possibilities at their facilities.
Who would that be?
Still Pocono, and I thought there was one other one. I can't forget. I forgot what it was. So
interesting.
Yes, I wouldn't. If another track does do it, I kind of hope it is Pocono. Because they showed their layout design of it. Looks pretty sweet.
I know Sonoma said they're running the carousel again.
Yeah, they're running the carousel. That's going to be interesting.
Doesn't Watkins Glen have an extension of their track?
Yes, they do. You know, after they do after they go through the little bus stop there.
Yes, that was where J.D. McDuffie had his fatal crash. Yeah,
because they used to be straight right there, and they used to go in there, and he lost his brakes, and that's when that happened.
Yeah,
but there's another part of the track how the NASCAR stays on the goes around that turn there. But if they hook a left, you'll see a part of the there's going to be a guardrail.
That's where they have a lot of elevation changes too, don't they?
Yeah, that's where the IndyCar runs when they go out there.
That's right. And
it just if they did that basically between what is it? After they come out of the carousel, basically to turn 6, I think it is. That's where it's just a little portion of the track, though. I'll send you a photo of it.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's it for me.
That would be interesting. Yeah, same here. That'd be interesting to see, though, if they did that.
Yeah.
Try it out one year. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, go back to the old design next year.
Yeah, that's what I think they're doing with Sonoma.
Beauty part about a road course.
You can always reconfigure it as many times as you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get into some social media, Ryan.
All right.
We are up to 804 downloads on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher. We're going to fall short of our goal of 1,000 that we set last season after our last episode. We did have about 5 episodes that we couldn't upload due to technical difficulties we had in editing it and uploading it. And I think we could have got it had we uploaded those, but 804 downloads. Thank you, everybody, for getting us to that mark. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Yes.
We are at 255 followers on Twitter, 21 subscribers on YouTube, 58 likes on Facebook. Some new follower shout-outs this week include the Unstable Race Fan at Unstable Race Fan. We have Zach Buchanan at Z Buchanan 4. That's a great name, by the way.
It is.
Some podcast shout-outs this week include the Lap Traffic Podcast, the PTM Podcast, the My Opinion and Therefore Fact Podcast, All Turns No Breaks, the 3 Wide Show, Side Draft Podcast, and the Masscast. Places you can find us: iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, and YouTube. By searching in the Loose Lugs Podcast and making sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on till you hear it ding. So this way you get notified every time we upload new content. On Twitter, we are at Lugs Podcast, and you can tweet us about the show using the hashtag LugsPod. On Facebook, we are the Loose Lugs Podcast. Our personal accounts, myself, Grey Goose F150, and Ryan.
Cola 88.
So, Ryan, we are sponsored now. We have our first sponsor of the show.
How about that?
If you see that little CL logo that's right about there on the bottom screen, it's like on my shoulder over here. Or over here. I think it's over here.
Oh, you gotta go more over. I'm watching that on go to your right, my left.
So that is an Instagram page that you can search up. It's called Careless941. It is a car group that I am a part of. Told us we can use the logo for the show, and they could be one of our sponsors, and they're our first sponsor, so thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks, fellas. Appreciate the sponsor.
Ryan?
Yep.
We are at your point in the show where you get to go to work. It is time for Ryan's rant.
All right. As most of you know, Sarah and I are having a baby boy. Monday, we went...
Congratulations.
Thank you. Monday, we went to the doctor specialist to have an ultrasound. So far, so good. Very healthy baby boy. She's 19 weeks, but the baby is measuring at 20 weeks. So everything's going good on that. So, guys, we appreciate the love, everything. Much obliged. I don't have a rant this week, but there is something that I would like to get off my chest. Most of you all know that AJ and I are big-time professional wrestling fans. And so Monday Night Raw is on this past Monday. Roman Reigns music hits. I turn it off. I turn on the pregame, or no, the Red Wing hockey game, because they were playing Carolina that night. And so I check Facebook a lot. A lot of the groups I'm in wrestling-wise are like, oh, my God, did you hear what Roman Reigns said? Did you see this? Did you see that about Roman Reigns? So I turn, I go back, I record it. So I rewound it to the start. And he's talking about how he battled leukemia back in the day. Well, apparently the leukemia has returned, and he had to vacate the WWE Universal title. I am not the world's biggest Roman Reigns fan by far. I just hate as the push that they gave him. I didn't like it. Exactly. Thank you, AJ. Neither of us are. But when it comes down to this is life right here. This is a personal matter with leukemia. Cancer is a son of a bitch, part of my language. I've lost both my grandpas to it. My grandma had a severe case of it. I know most people out there know somebody that has suffered from cancer. It does suck, but if anybody can beat this, I know that Roman Reigns can. My thoughts and prayers are with him and his family. It sucks. And then there was another video floating around after the show, after he did this speech in the ring and all that. The crowd got on his side, starting chanting his name. Thank you, Roman. Thank you, Roman. They go to the announcers, and in the background, you hear a cancer sucks chant. Yes, it does. So back to this video, he goes back into what they like to call the gorilla area. Triple H sees them. They embrace in a hug. See him and Shawn Michaels talking, who's been back for a couple weeks now. And then he turns around and there's Paul Heyman right there. And Heyman's got a bright red look on his face, tears running down his face. They embrace in a hug. Nia Jax, who I think he's related to somehow, some way through the cousins. And then you see Braun Strowman. And if anybody remembers the rivalry those two had, very entertaining rivalry. Outside the ring, those guys are best of friends. They embrace in a hug. And it was like you've seen the real side of what those guys do in a professional manner for a living. Everybody supporting him. I hope that nothing but the best for him, and I know he will beat this disease.
Very well said.
Thank you.
Very well said. Yeah, it sucked the people that still said that he deserved this or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there was people who said that, and I was like, can people separate wrestling and reality for a second?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, did either of us like him being champion?
Hell no. Hell no.
I mean, granted, the title was on Raw every week, on like when Brock Lesnar was holding it. I just like you said, the people were saying that he deserves to lose the title, or that they're glad the title's gone. Newsflash: this is real life.
Yeah, I couldn't. Some of the stuff on Twitter and Facebook, I couldn't stomach to even read anymore.
Like some people, how they're supposed to be doing this crown jewel event over in Saudi Arabia. People are like, well, what about if the top guy, Roman, didn't want to go overseas to this particular event in Saudi Arabia and compete? That's why they stripped him of the title. And I'm like, okay, first of all, why would they bring up a deadly disease as cancer? Yes, I know WWE has done some shady things in the past.
Death.
Okay. Triple H and the corpse masked as Kane. Yep.
What was the corpse's name?
What's that?
What was the name of the corpse again?
Oh man, I forgot what the hell it was.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, I know there's been, they've done some shady things in the past, but I don't. And I thought about it for a minute. I don't think they'd be dumb enough to mess with this.
No, this would be a really dumb angle if this is what they're doing.
Yeah.
I told everybody the other night, I go, if this is an angle, I'm done. I am done watching this.
Oh yeah.
That is stooping to whole new levels.
Exactly. Because I know even ESPN said something about it. What else? A couple other, MSNBC, Fox News, CNN, all this have said that, they've brought this up on their Twitter page, Facebook page. They even mentioned it during their shows. Like, okay, he's got cancer and everything. It's just, it sucks.
New Japan, that was cool. That was
New Japan posted something that was really cool right there. Of Evolve Wrestling, another independent promotion, posted something on there, and it just, I'm like, base hit. Anyways, it just sucks. I mean, like I said, there was nothing really big to rant about this weekend in the professional world of stock car auto racing. I mean, Monday that just hit. I'm like, holy cow. I think the guy is 33, I think they said, on top of the world, doing what he loves to do, entertaining people. Yeah, he gets booed on most buildings, but he enjoys doing what he's doing. And now this happened. It's crazy. It is very, very crazy.
All right, Ryan, let's get into a less somber note. Let's get into
let's get some
the white flag.
My expert picks.
In line with you, coming to the white. Only two.
Predictions for Martinsville. Ryan, I'm going to let you go first on truck. I'm going to go first in cup. What do you got?
Series here. Let me go. Brett Moffitt.
Brett Moffitt in the 16. Solid pick.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm going with a little way to reach for that one. I'm going with Johnny Sauter. GMS always runs strong here at Martinsville.
Yes, they do.
The Cup Series, I'm going with the 9. I'm going with the 9 to go back to back. Always runs solid here at Martinsville, coming in with all the momentum. It wants revenge for last season. Give me the 9.
Yeah, good pick. Give me the 18.
You're going with the 18.
I really do, but he runs good there. Always has been. No, he's going to be a force to reckon with this weekend. So there is that.
My sleeper pick. I'm going with the spring winner, Clint Boyer.
Clint. All right. Good to see Clint back in victory lane again. And I'm going to go with the gentleman who is 8th place in points. A few years ago, Leanness Racing was taken out by the 20 car of Matt Kenseth. I'm going to go with Joey Logano.
Is Kenseth racing this weekend? Brian.
I think they've buried the hatchet. So
I saw a picture this week that went to the Days of Thunder, and it had a picture of Matt Kenseth, and it said, "Put fresh tires on the car. Put 4 fresh tires on the car." And then it had what's his name? The guy who played Cal Naughton. I can't remember his name. John C. Reilly. It had John C. Reilly going, "What for? We're done." And it said Kenseth going, I said, "Put tires on the damn car." And then the next picture.
Yeah, because he's in that movie too. He's there. It's funny too about John C. Reilly.
Ryan sounds like a robot right now.
Can you hear me now?
I got you now. You got me?
Yeah, I'm good. But no, Cal Norton plays, is the comedy character in Talladega Nights. But that just shows you what John C. Reilly can do. A serious character in one movie, and then obviously now with the Days of Thunder to Talladega Nights.
Yep. Well, you already gave your sleeper pick? That's it for me.
Yeah, Logano. Yeah. Oh, it's paper toss.
There's the paper toss.
So, yeah.
Ryan.
Guys, let's hope I have a little bit rant than the one tonight. But the one tonight, obviously, like I've said, that hit close to home a little bit. So
yeah, same here, man. Let's hope for a NASCAR-related rant next week and nothing too somber.
Oh, I could talk about figure skating being on NBC over the playoff race from a short track.
Oh, I agree with you 100% on that. Well, Ryan,
where's the figure skating? You know what you should do as we close out? Do like a figure skating slow song, and that's how we could.
No, never happening.
Right
never happening.
I know I'm giving you a hard time. So, but guys, I hope. I guess I think it's time to do that our little chicken wang thing here, guys. Everybody, hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy the short track action from Martinsville. College football, if you have a big dog in the fight this weekend. Hey, Jake, good luck to your Bulldogs. I gotta say, good luck to your Bulldogs down at the world's biggest cocktail party. I'd like to get down there for that. Find out what that's all about.
$140
and then
upper deck.
Oh man, maybe if I win the Powerball, because I didn't win the Mega Millions last night. That's something I could rant about right there, guys. One guy in South Carolina won that thing. And no offense, he's probably over 55. So, anyways, guys, hope you all have a great week. Like I said, enjoy the wonderful sports weekend. If it's getting cold in your area, get ready, start raking some leaves. We will see you at the track.
Special thanks to everyone who tuned in tonight, everyone who commented in the chat with us, talked a little bit about everything with us. Tony, you were the only one tonight to actually come in the chat, but thank you nonetheless. Guys, Thanks for getting us to 804 downloads. That's amazing. And have a good Martinsville weekend. Go Georgia, beat Florida. Go Dogs, sick 'em. See you next week.
What was with that?